If I had a sword, I might be able to help with those fair Gorta. But unarmed, I'm worthless.
Watch where you step. The floor is trapped. We've been here for days, and I can't take much more.
I knew someone would come. They all said we were as good as dead, but I held out hope. I don't know why. Never had any reason to hope before. So what's your story? Grave robber, treasure hunter, or like us, a refugee in search of shelter? She's from the camp on the hill leading into a mare. She's a liar and a thief. Twice I've caught her sneaking into our tents to steal food. Worse than a boggart. He is my beloved. Yes, there is a difference in our ages. But I believe that Omer's experiences have given him a lust for life, one to rival a man with half his years. I don't know much about Oriator, but what they taught in the village schoolhouse, before it was burned down. He was a war hero. Gallifore Fields, I'd gather. Omer Vogard was Kuln's primary hunter, but it wasn't long after the Tuatha attacked that his hands gave out. Now I can't even hold a bow without shaking. I took over his job, and his heart. I tend to stalk my prey as opposed to shoot it. Something about looking it in the eye before it dies. There's respect in that. The name fits. We didn't have an easy life when we farmed the fields below Kulm, but it was nothing like this. If the bandits don't get you, the starvation will. We probably could have sought refuge in Mathir, but there is no way that Dokkalfar would have allowed us to stay. But if we don't belong there, where do we belong? You did? Well, here I was about to start complaining about them. We've been trapped down here for days, unable to get past those blades, and you simply walk in and disable them, just like that. I'm impressed. I'll say thanks, but the person you're really going to want to talk to is Omer. He'd move mountains to find me. Come along now. The others are waiting back at camp. See you.
At last!
Come on, we'll find rest back at the camp. See you.
Hello.
I knew I could count on you to bring her back. I could see it in your eyes. A spark of recognition. You have a love too. Or did at one point, you know. There is no thanks worthy of this deed. But you were entitled to something. I was a hunter once. Those days are finished. Yours, it seems, are just beginning. Bye. Have you met Edward Hoswig? Something about him unnerves me. Like he's not telling the whole truth. Goodbye.
Yes?
Yes? What do you need?
You again? I've told you everything I know about those two knaves. Do not waste my time. Return to me only if you carry my stolen amulet. I will reward you well. You must be joking. I did some business with Azo before the war through correspondence. He was a terrible miser and a cheat. Farewell, stranger. You again? I've told you everything I know. Farewell, stranger.
How goes the search? I see you've obtained some of the papers. Excellent. Keep looking. The name doesn't shake loose any memories. Was he a writer too? Keep your eyes open.
Hello again. How are you enjoying your visit? I never heard of anyone by that name. Britt Hagney is our newest citizen, but he's not a merchant, just a quiet scholar and student. We'll be here if you need us.
I noticed a few men here the other night. Strangers. They didn't look like refugees, but one can never tell.
Save me.
May I help you? It took much gold to secure a permanent residence here, and for reassurances that there would be few questions. Where did you hear that name? The man you speak of is dead, and all of his wealth has died with him. I told you, I don't know the man. Enough. You're persistent, I understand. What do you want? I want no part of that old life. Not the gold, not the reputation, not the worry. I made that false grave because I was tired of people hounding me for salvation. Wish to know where my money is? I'll tell you. It's gone. All gone. All I have left are my family rings. I just want to be left alone. To start over. Can't you appreciate that? Please, show me some mercy. So it's blackmail, then? My new life is worth more than any jewelry. You should learn that now, lest they try to put a knife in your back. Goodbye. Stay out of trouble.
I'm just about ready to give up. Tell me, have you heard any news of Britt Hagney or his final resting place? Great Mithoru! You're even more dazzling than I dared hope. You could have kept them, but you didn't. You are a friend of the Forsaken Plain refugees, and to me. Please, it is paltry, but accept this as thanks. May the Authority watch over you all of your days.
The road has been long for you, my friend. You wear the dust of a job well done. I thank you. The people of the Tuuli Coast thank you. I have seen much savagery on the eastern shores. May it stay there, where blood fills the boots of the fallen. We all do our part. You have done yours. Stay vigilant.
Don't look at me.
Stay out of trouble.
Hello there.
Bother me later if you can wait that long. I'm not selling right now. Too busy. Good riddance.
From the naked dirt sprang the Majestics, the firstborn of the wilds of Ashara. Around them, they heard the song of splendor of a once and future summer. And they responded. And the earth moved. The carver shaped, the architect built, and the shaper composed. Departing their home beyond the Vale, the firstborn were torn asunder, with a cry that still lingers in the heart of every god tree and mountain. Then emptiness, followed by a darkening sky, and the frost wept with the first winter. The Shaper bequeathed her music to the countryside of marbled ruin. The plains birthed the gentle grass. Listless streams meandered through the verdant hills and babbled of their gentle travel to the face of the windswept cliffs. Thus the symphony of Arethel began.
Prince of Spring raised his sword toward the breaking dawn, and he called down the glory of the newborn morning. Issa bequeathed to the land the talisman of fate. With its power, the earth rose to defend the birthplace of light, our cradle of summer. So the great cycle swathed Own of the Thulian dusk in the arcane veil, and Issa planted the gardens after the storm, and nurtured the court of summer by the ruins of fire.
Thank the gods! Someone's come for me at last. Yes, I am the scoundrel you're looking for. Yes, I stabbed my partner in the back. Do with me what you like. Just please, please, take the amulet. It's yours. Yes, and I am a thief. Never had a spot of good luck. But taking what belongs to others doesn't make me a bad man, just a weak one. It's terrible. Fire, ice, lightning. You will see. Edwin. He was my partner, and a good one. But soon as I saw the amulet, I had to have it. Stabbed Edwin, took the goods. You can say I paid for my treachery. I've trekked here for several days and nights in search of Sill Hollow, but I've yet to find it. I can't say I'm comfortable here. Too many Fae, too much magic. It is ancient, they say, as old as the cradle of summer itself. Armand the Clever calls it his home, even though no one has reported seeing Armand for centuries. He lives in a mare. Pompous blowhard going on about his artifact collection to any who would listen. Name's Immundus. Wayne Immundus. I'll tell you why. This Fae trinket belonged to Armand the Clever, and it's cursed. Like most, I considered it an old traveler's story. Well, now I'm a believer. It's real. I have the scars to prove it. Your only hope is to give it away, or to travel to Armand's Hollow, in hopes you can remove the curse, which is why I'm here. Please, take the amulet. I am so weak. I cannot withstand its influence. If I possess it any longer, I will surely die. Perhaps the most treacherous and playful Fae ever to walk the green lands of the Summer Court. Evidence of his trickery can be found all over the Phalanx. Armand's Hollow of Sill is not far, right here in the Cradle of Summer. That's where I'm headed now. It is my salvation. Legend says that Armand crafted it by combining lightning, fire, and frost, an arcane trick he stole from the Scholia Arcana. All I know is what I've seen. Once that amulet is in your possession, it will torture you. Only the strongest can withstand its punishment. Only one such as you. What a relief. You have no idea how long I've been trying to abandon that damn thing. In order to be rid of its curse, you must take the amulet to Armand's Hollow of Sill and cleanse it. Armand wishes to make you enter his lair and face its many dangers. But once you've done that, the amulet is yours to keep. If you ask me, it's a high price to pay for a rather dull trinket. Goodbye.
Hello. Lovely weather. Have you spotted any sativa fiber? It's okay if you haven't. I'll keep looking. Lovely weather. I use it in potions to protect the corporeal form, to ensure health and longevity. It also makes a pretty decent aphrodisiac, if that's something you're interested in. There is no richer region for reagents in all of Armalor. They say this is where the summer fae first rose from the earth. I find the fae very odd. How about you? You met Molly? I love Molly. We haven't seen each other for years. She likes to talk about alchemy, while I like to do it. Have you ever eaten star thistle? It burns. I've always felt a kinship with the flora of the plains. Do you? Can you feel them break the soil with their stems, their muse of thirst on the driest of days? I do. Leela Janik, didn't you know? I thought that's why you were speaking to me. I collect plants, to sell, to mix, to eat. Some of them I haven't figured out what to do with yet. What I'd love is some sativa fiber, fresh and unpicked. There's a patch of it, but the spiders won't let me near. Oh, hello. Did you just get here? Why wouldn't I want it? I've been chewing it since I was a child. It's what makes me impervious to harm. I'm completely indestructible, in case you hadn't noticed. If you can help me get that sativa, then I will be sure to give you a discount on all my alchemical goods. My sister Molly is a trainer. She'll drop her prices too, I promise. Don't do it on my account. The Cradle of Summer will provide. They have a nest in one of the small crevices at the foot of the cliffs. You'll know it by all the corpses. Bye.
Look to these open plains, nestled where mire and rocky deserts cease, where the hungry forests end. In the bosom of the Feylands, these fields are home to the languid sky. This work, shaped by the delicate artistry of an inspired painter, is for all the peoples of all lands.
We need to get the spear to the front.
Be careful around the general.
The summer begins here, O mortals. And when the final winter leaves its chill breath on the stones of your fathers and mothers, you will witness the end of days. And it will happen here, where it began, a peaceful death in the cradle.
and killed the spiders. How grand, how very grand. Normally I don't condone the killing of innocent creatures, but those are so creepy. You are too kind. From now on, you are considered a valued customer to all the Janiks. Everything is cheaper for the Spider Slayer. That is your name, isn't it? So long.
The deep slumber is all that maintains the cradle's magic. We must not be bothered. Do you not understand? This could end the summer card.
KoA will have your head for breaking the deep slumber. Are mortals capable of treating anything delicately? I doubt it.
The last mortal who interrupted the deep slumber made off with the cradle's most prized possessions. I hope you have more respect.
What do you wish to discuss, mortal? Can't you see we are lost in the deep slumber? This is one meditation that should not be interrupted.
'Tis a pity you cannot aid us in the deep slumber. You look powerful. More powerful than most mortals, that is certain. So many mortals in the cradle of summer. It is odd. What do you hope to accomplish here? Almond was correct. You are a stupidly curious lot.
KoA will have your head for breaking the deep slumber.
I saw something in the deep slumber. It called itself a dog. Said it was coming for us all. Suddenly the cradle has fallen cold.
It was dustlings such as you who stole our beloved staffs, the ancient relics of the Withering War. Do you ever just leave well enough alone?
The deep slumber is all that maintains the cradle's magic.
Are you one of the intruders? One of the children of the dust? What else can we possibly give you that you haven't already taken? The Cradle of Summer is not a flower for the plucking. I am KoA, Guardian of the Cradle. Terenia and I safeguard what has never needed protecting, until now. With our weakening magic, the Fae must tend to our own. For many seasons, we have protected this sacred space from the darkening influence of the mortal world. For it is here where we Summer Fae first set foot in Amalur. But with the rise of the Tuatha, the magical barriers protecting the Cradle of Summer have weakened. If this continues, nothing is safe from the blight of winter. Mortals, children of the dust. Those who seek only to steal the treasures of the land from which we sprung, to end the deep slumber. Mortals, like you, who seek to bend nature to their will, to make it bow before them as a servant, not embrace it as a guide and mother. Mortals. Thieves, liars, and weaklings. They have stolen items of great power. They have stolen the three staffs. They are Rivener Tarsus, Gloamfrost, and Ender's Fire. Three incredible weapons forged to end a war that was threatening to engulf your mortal world. Such prizes, such items of power and importance cannot be kept in the open, and so they were hidden here. That is, until the intruders took them. A child of the dust wishes to help the cycle? Why, there is no precedent. If you truly wish to assist those of us in the deep slumber, you are welcome to. The three staffs were stolen from Sill Hollow and destroyed by the thieves who did not comprehend their power or their value. I heard their dying screams. The pieces must be recovered and the staffs must be reforged. If you can do this, you are more worthy of the cradle than I could imagine. But likely, you will not. It is the most powerful form of Fey reverie. A connection between our people and our birthplace of Ashara, the realm from which all magic is born. We in the Cradle of Summer slumber to protect this sacred place. We draw energy from our homeland and use it to maintain the barriers that keep out the beasts and men. They were wielded during the long twilight of the Withering War. Those three weapons uprooted mountains and left the lush plain forsaken. They are the lightning, the fire, and the ice. They are precious. And while their magic has weakened in these fell lands, they are still cherished and must be returned. It is for those answers that I seek the wisdom of the slumber. For it is in its reverie where I will learn the whereabouts of these thieves, Raff, Purta, and Hagney. May your gods be with you.
Watch yourself. Don't mind me. Just another refugee looking for a handout. Life's tough, what with the Freemen striking us at every turn. You understand, I'm sure. So, you found out. Gelt told you, did he? No matter. The amulet is cursed. That old fool in Emer won't want it back. I am a refugee, heading west from the Tawili coast. A grieving son leaving his dead mother behind. To think there is scum that would steal a man's sole inheritance. Wonderful. Give it here. The amulet itself isn't worth the stone it's made from, but it's the story that interests me. Something of Armand's belongs to me. I don't have much in the way of gold, but I have acquired quite the collection of useful items in my, travels. Take your time. I've still got several pints of blood left. You're back.
What is this? What news do you bring me? My stolen amulet, and stripped of its pesky curse. Beautiful, isn't it? Now that it won't kill you, that is. Hand it over. I can offer you riches, my friend. Gold. And what is better than that? Anything your heart desires in this world can be purchased. Ah, justice. Yes, I believe you will go far in our world, ragged and raging as it is. As for those two knaves, I suspect they will meet with a gallows soon enough. Goodbye.
Care to join me in my work? You look like you could use a few moments of quiet reflection. This warped old rod? I can't imagine why you'd have any interest in it. It's a patchwork piece, cobbled together from bits and bobs. However, I did invest many hours of my life in its construction. My hands still bear the calluses. I would part with it for a price. I couldn't have parted with it for any less, you understand. A man's handiwork is still worth something. Enjoy the peace, and good day. Be well.
Yes?
This is a nice village.
Be careful.
You're in my path, stranger. I ask that you step aside before I cast you off the cliffs. I fought our Winter Court enemies right here on this soil. But it was all in vain. The seasons pass as they always have, and always will. There is no ending the winter. I was once part of the deep slumber, but wished to depart the dreaming to pursue something that is more familiar to mortals like you. Ambition. For seasons, I dwelled in the cradle of summer, as is my role in the telling. But something called to me from beyond the sea. A whisper of power and corruption. I hold it as dear as any fae, but my time had come. However, I took a piece of the cradle with me, a part of a weapon I was meant to protect. I'd earned that right. Can't you feel it? Ever since the Withering War, this stretch of earth has been enchanted. Some prefer to call it cursed, but I see all of this magic as a blessing. I walk the broken hills and ravines, searching for the answers to this question. What lies across the sea? Who is calling me with her fiery breath and knowing whisper? That's laughable. I don't know you, I don't trust you, and I don't like the looks of you. I'm plagued by visions of what your kind call the future. A telling beyond the present. It is all because of this new god. She clouds my thoughts, confuses me. You appeal to me using your mortal sense of guilt, something I truly do not understand. However, my role in the telling does not include Riven or Tarsus. Take my staff. The peace you seek is within. May it bring clarity to the deep slumber. Be gone.
Don't look at me.
Welcome to a mare.
Hello again. How are you enjoying your visit? Come again.
Save me. Oh, good. You again. Don't you dare leave me here to this life of isolation and drudgery. I can teach you things, important things. Just don't go. Don't be a stranger.
The boggarts have gone. Thank Mitharu.
Inga won't bite. Just tell her what you want mended. So long.
Hello.
deep slumber predicted your coming, as it did many things about you. You were meant to find the staves, to reforge them, and ultimately to keep them. Those of my kind do not flinch from the winter, but the nights grow exceptionally cold and the air holds the stench of decay. Mortals, it seems, will outlast us all. Take the staffs, wield them. They have called you as they once called down the lightning and lit the earth with fire. Do not lose heart on your perilous journey. Farewell.
Hail. I am General Talera ap Gwydion, former commander of the Eastern Alpha forces. Surely you're not the aide Aelin Shear promised. She spoke as if she planned to send a whole squad of soldiers, not one faceless mercenary. You have the bearing of one that's seen combat, but you never fought in the war, or you would know who I am. Once I was the commander of Mel Sen Shear, the Alpha fortress to the east. I held back the Tuatha at every push before the Baelor came. Then everything fell to pieces. So, she is behind this. That woman. One too many times she's meddled in my affairs, making promises she never intends to keep. Well, perhaps it is for the best. The fewer people involved in my affairs, the better. You see, misfortune follows closely at my heels. It is the lot fate has cast for me. Earl Tusk, the tomb of the divine fang, the piercing light. With a weapon like that, I could rally the troops at Melsenshir and perhaps redeem myself. They say the ruin is guarded by legions of Niskaro, led by a beast known as Azagal. Whether this is true or the stuff of legend, I don't know. 10 years ago, I served the Alpha armies, defending Pluricon and Melsenshir from the Tuatha armies. Then, Witch Knight Malwyn led his Tuatha summoners against us. The fiends routed my soldiers at every turn. Now they've had Melsenshir under siege for years, while I've been searching for a weapon to turn the tide. The Baelor is a thing of dread, a Niskaru lord that the Tuatha managed to coerce into fighting on their behalf. Against the Tuatha I had some success, but no ordinary weapon can best the Baelor. One must fight darkness with light. Melsenshir is the gateway into Cluricon, but it's been under siege ever since my defeat. I failed the city once. I can't fail them again. With Tuatha raiding parties along the shores, Rathia has the only port for safe passage across the strait. But after assisting Melsenshir for so many years, the ruling council of Rathia is loath to offer more aid for what they see as a lost cause. We may be lofty, but we are not weak. Our land is cold and harsh, and we have long studied the noble arts of bow and blade. Across 1,000 battlefields, my spear paints a red masterpiece. Long after the Arathi left our world, the mortals built these windstones to call them back down. I've never seen them work, but, as I said before, I'm not known for my good fortune. The years have been long since I first learned of the means that might deliver Melsenshir from the Tuatha. It lies in Earl Tusk, beyond a gate fated never to be opened, in a hall awash with Niskaru. Any who seek access to the ruin must face them. These ruins are said to be the resting place of the Piercing Light, a spear carved from the tusk of the Niskaru Duke, Gajor. The legends say it destroys any horror, in the mind or on the battlefield. No place is more deserving of such a power as Melsenshir. The ruin holds the only weapon known that can slay a Niskaru lord, and the monsters inside will do anything to keep it safe. The Arathi sealed Earl Tusk to be opened only when the great voices rise in song. This may refer to the windstones scattered across the plains, but I can't be sure. Years ago, this chime was found near the ruin. I've tried using it to make the windstones sing, but I've had no luck. As if that's a surprise. The inscription says the gate will open when the great voices rise in song. I think this means the windstones that are spread across Erethel. There's one just a little to the south. Go there and strike this chime near it. I'll stay here to see if it has any effect. The windstones are located all across the plains.
Be mindful of your actions.
I can't believe it. The gate shifted? For all my efforts, you simply appear and make it respond. No. You've opened one part of the gate, but 4 more remain. You must find the windstones scattered throughout the plains and activate them. I will remain here. The Niskaru will sense that the seal is weakened. Someone must try to hold them back. Go sound the chime at each windstone in Erethel. That's the only way to open the gates. I'll stay here and fight any Niskaran looking to
Be
sneak past
careful
us.
around the general.
You have absolutely no idea what you've done, do you? Mortals always trying to take something. Thanks to you, the barrier is broken, and the magic weakens. If we do not act swiftly, the Cradle of Summer will be lost. I am a guardian of the Cradle, tasked with protecting this wondrous place, our great inheritance. Few mortals know how vital the Cradle of Summer is to all life. If necessary, I will sacrifice myself to ensure that the magic here is kept safe. You have jeopardized that mission. It is from this earth where the Summer Fae are said to have sprung. Fully formed, eternal flowers that never fade. For many seasons, our kind have fought to protect the Cradle of Summer and its importance in the Great Cycle. It is most notable where the power of Ashara spills into our world. Our sacred wellsprings, the font in the gardens of Isa, the Cradle of Summer, and Kaer Elotha. The flow has weakened, slowing the Great Cycle. But I don't need to see the fonts to know that all is lost. I feel it in my being, deep where the seasons die. The Cradle of Summer is a blessed place, and we must protect it from those that wish to make such power their own. My barrier served its purpose for many seasons, but magic everywhere has been in decline. Your disturbance of the lore stones destroyed the barrier. You are responsible. All of this world's power flows from the wild of Ashara, and there are places where it touches us directly. Our power comes from the single source, drifting in the air around us, a light on the surface. We protect the Cradle with a magical barrier, but now that you've tainted the lore stones, I must sacrifice my own power to replace what was lost. Then come. I will restore the barrier at the font, but you must protect me. The Wild Fae will be here soon. This is the chance they've been waiting for. I am so weary. But it is done, and the cradle is safe once more. You have done what is right, and I am pleased to give you this talisman as a symbol of my thanks. Perhaps the first one spoke the truth. That the fonts are running dry. That things are finite after all. For that is how I feel at this moment. Drained of all life. An odd sensation, this dying. Maybe there is something to mortality after all.
Greetings, mortal. Farewell.
refugees? Don't they...
I know they don't belong.
Keep the peace and Tyrion's rest.
You've done it. The ancient Irathi sealed this place centuries ago, and it opens to welcome you. Incredible. The piercing light should be in the deepest vault of these ruins. Be careful. The Niskara will do anything to keep us from that spear. The piercing light awaits. careful. I have seen too many allies die to lose another. The piercing light awaits. The Niskaru took everything from me. My soldiers, my station, everything. All my life burned when Baelor rose over the fields of battle. These Niskaru, they were not always in the war. It wasn't until the Witch Knight Malwyn started making pacts with them that they fought alongside the Tuatha. Be careful. I have seen too many. The piercing light awaits. We're close now. I've heard that the spear is guarded by the Niskaru warrior Azagal. We will learn if it still is. I see the spear. The Niskaru was sure to press the attack. I don't know what to feel. All the years I spent trying to claim this weapon, and I never truly thought I would. I was not fated to have it. Not until you came. You have thrown back the veil of fate and revealed what is truly possible. It's almost enough to make me believe in second chances. Yes, but it is so much more. This will end the siege of Mel Senshir. It will bring the death of the Baelor. It will give me my chance for redemption. And I never would have laid hands on it, if not for you. Kind words, but not true. My day will come when Baelor is dead at my feet, and I would be honored to have you beside me then, too. Meet me at Rathir, the city in the east. Together we will break the siege of Mel Senshir and turn the Tuatha tide. Because of my failure, Melsenshire has suffered years of siege. Even if I kill Witch Knight Malwyn and save the city, their pain is still my fault. To get to Melsenshire, we need to take a ship from Rathir, and that means convincing Elund Karth, the city's ruler. With the wards down, I think we can get out this way.
Hello. Look how vast the sky is. Remarkable. So long.
You've come to Nareen Farm. What's left of it, that is. Here we are after years away, and it's as if, well, as if the Earth's forgotten us. Without some kind of miracle, it's no farm at all. Mind you, I'm well aware that's just how Tyrion's Rest wants it. Look at it, laid out before you. How many nights that we've been lonesome wanderers have I dreamed of seeing this again, and now, at last, we've returned. Me and Arik here have come back to farm our land. We've been many years away, endured many a trial and hardship to return. Oh, he's a bit quiet, I know, but he's the man for me. Wouldn't have no other. To think we once called them friends and neighbors. Am I right, Arik? When the war came and burned our farm, they turned their backs on the likes of us. That, or it's forgotten how to be a farm. We'll have no choice but to leave, Unless some miracle comes and, why, Auric dear, we'd clean forgot the paling wand. Oh, but it's deep in the hollow, and the Adaris Hollow's not safe at all. Well, if the stories are true, Auric's granddad used it to tame this high land and make crops grow. He'd always say how he had to return it to the hollow, so the hollow's magic could fill it up again. Our seeds don't take, or they turn into other plants. The weeds grow monstrous, and the tilled earth wanders out of planted rows. It's hopeless. You would? There are all sorts of wild fae in there. Oh, but that wand would save us. Adaris Hollow's due south, just below the bluff. If you can bring the wand to us, I don't know how we'll thank you. Let us hope it is, or we'll have no choice but to leave once more. Well, you'll find the hollow due south, and the slope down from the bluff. So long.
So you're really going for the wand? I'd go myself, if I was 10 years younger, and wasn't scared witless of Fey Hollows. This farm isn't as it was long ago. It's forgotten us. That's what it's done. Me and my Cerebel have wandered far and wide, driven off by the war, driven back by rogues and scoundrels. That's my pretty love. Don't know where I'd be without her. Now, a hollow never is a safe place for mortals, and some years back, we stumbled into one not at all on purpose. Still wakes me from sleep. Those were terrible times. What I'd like to know is why Tawili's still an ugly scar, and the Forsaken Plains are worse. But here, you'd hardly know it happened. Lyria guide you there and safe on back again.